Hi, hi everyone. So, welcome to this class. Today we are going to use a table. It can be a desk, it can be a dining table, whatever you have at home. And I'll give you a few instructions about how to access Urdhva Dhanurasana using this prop. So it's a kind of a big prop, but we have to deal with it every single day in our life. So we know maybe how to handle it. Now, what you need, it's of course the table. We'll need a mat, and in case you're used to sit higher, you can take a block, or you can take a blanket, a pillow, anything. And in some poses, you might need to adjust a little bit the height, or for the hands, or for the feet. So it might be useful to have a block as well handy. It can be also a book, it can be, or a very solid box. Just figure it out what you have at home and we can start. So we mainly are gonna work on the shoulders and shoulder blades and legs and sacrum to access Urdhva Dhanurasana without having any dangerous situation and any issue. So sit straight, and we're going to face away from the wall and away from the table. That's another thing. The table has to be against a wall on the opposite side of where we will stand or where we will sit. So just make sure you find a wall, you find your table, and you find yourself. Sit straight, cross your legs. If you need to sit higher here, you can definitely do so. So we're going to make sure that our head is aligned with our sacrum. Might be hard to see, but just perceive that, okay? And then sit straight in the middle of your table, between the two legs, and you'll see that your sacrum is aligned with the two legs. Of course, it depends on the table you have. In this way, the skull is supported by the table. You might have a top edge and a bottom edge. In this case, the bottom edge of the table is actually sliding down your shoulder and shoulder blades, while the top edge of the table is lifting your skull up, so lengthening the side of the neck upwards. And that's quite useful for the next poses we are going to access. Now, place the fingertips into the floor, into your mat, rotate the shoulders back. While doing so, lift the side of the neck up, upwards, and ideally you would like to go in the direction given to you by the table. So the table is supporting you, and we would like to lift ourselves even higher upwards. Now place the hands sideways, and I like to place the bar, so the table leg, in between my index and middle finger, but it depends on the width of your table. Now from here I still press my fingertips down, open the elbows sideways to give an expansion to our rib cage. Take a full inhalation. Notice how the rib cage moves upwards and sideways when we inhale, and when we exhale, everything goes back to the spine. But try to keep the container as wide as you can. So when we inhale, we increase the volume of the rib cage. When we exhale, even though, of course, the air is coming out, we would like to keep the container as big as before. Now here, make sure that the crown of the head is lifting up and is lifted also by the table, and the sacrum is going towards the floor, but at the same time is going towards your legs. So engage your sacrum and press the sacrum into your legs. At the same time, press the shins and the feet into the floor and forward, as if you would like to slide them forward, but of course they're not physically moving. Keep rotating the shoulders back, widening the shoulder blades apart because our elbows are also going sideways. Notice how the ribcage expands. We can access this expansion in the inhalation and then try to keep that volume in the exhalation. So something else has to empty. Make sure you're drawing the navel in. So draw the navel in, lift the pubic bone up, press the sitting bones down, the feet down, and the old legs, push them down into the floor, release them actually down into the floor. Then from here, we're going to slide up. Now the legs of the table are in between the thumbs and the index. Rotate the shoulders back, release the shoulder blades down, and press this time forward the legs of the table. While doing so, you can connect directly to your shoulder blades. They're still widening out, but at this point, they're also coming into the chest. Keep rotating the shoulders back and down, so away from your ears, and lift the back of the ears and the crown of the head upwards. So follow the direction given to you by the table, by the upper edge of the table. Keep looking forward, soft throat, soft gaze. Keep pressing the legs forward. And then gradually release the hands down, the fingertips down, press the fingertips down. And now keep pressing into the fingertips and keep pressing into the feet. Slowly try to lift the gaze up. So be lighter a little bit on your hips so that the head can lift up and look upwards. Keep rotating the shoulders back, lift the chin up, lift the sternum up. Draw the navel in and at the same time release the sacrum down and forward to the legs. Slowly release. And we're going to do exactly the same thing we just did, but with the other crossing of the legs. So sit straight, Sukhasana, settle down, place the index inside the legs, the middle fingers outside. See if this is a good placement for you. Thumbs are pressing down, and all the other fingertips are pressing down in order to lift the ribcage up, open the elbows wide, in order to widen the shoulder blades sideways. Lift the sternum up, rotate the shoulders back and down. Keep the sacrum going down, and at the same time, bring the sacrum into your legs and press the leg down and forward in order to lift the side of the trunks, the sides of the trunk even more upwards. And from here, we're going to slide up, thumbs, index, around the legs of the table. Keep pressing the legs forward while you're widening the elbows out, so widening the shoulder blades. But at the same time, the shoulder blades now are coming into the chest, lifting your sternum up and forward. And then slowly release once more. Stay on your fingertips now. Press the fingertips down, lift the head up, and try to look at the ceiling. Rotate the shoulders back, and bring the shoulder blades into your chest by pressing those fingertips down and reminding the action we just did before. Drawing the navel in, and then slowly release. Good. We're going to place our feet into the mat. Now we need to find the best way to get into the forearms. Now palms are facing each other, fingertips pointing forward. Lengthen your little fingers forward and at the same time rotate the shoulders back. So there is a resistance given by the table. Try to release the sacrum down, and once you can completely release the hips down, Connect the sacrum into the knees this time. You can crawl your coccyx in towards your knees in order to feel more of that action. Press the feet down, press the heels down. Rotate the shoulders back and widen the shoulder blades in the inhalation. Keep them wide when you exhale. Draw them into your chest. Now from here, go into your hands. Place the full hands into the table and now try to release the hips, lower down. Now here, we would like to recreate a chaturanga angle, so it should be kind of 90 degrees. But at the same time, try to bring the sacrum forward so there is no collapsing happening right now. And try to release the hips down. Rotate the shoulders back. Bring the shoulder blades into the chest. Now, with a variation, we're going to extend the arms in this way. So palms facing down, forearms pressing so much, and resist with your feet if it's too intense. Then try to release the hips down. So resist with your feet in order to lengthen the spine, but release the hips down. Slowly to come up, you can step 1 foot lower underneath you, and then come up. This time we extend the arms, we go towards Purvattasana action. Now from here, bend the arms, bend the legs. We're going to extend first the arm by bringing the sacrum forward and up. Forward and up, forward and up. And the head is following the direction of the spine. And then slowly release from the hips, the head is following. Once more, sacrum forward and up, keep pressing now the wrists of the hands into the table. Activate all the fingertips forward. And release. Now once more, keep pressing the hands down. Lift the sacrum forward and up, lift the sternum up. And when you exhale, release. Step the right foot underneath you and go onto your forearms. Now we do exactly the same into this motion. So release the hips down, start to rotate the shoulders back and down, widening the shoulder blades, bringing them into the chest, especially in your exhalation. When you exhale, bring the shoulder blades into your chest, lift the sacrum up and forward. May your mind not extend this time the leg, so slide the sacrum into your knees and lift up. Keep pressing the forearms into the table, into the floor, and then release. See if it's too tough, you can try to step the feet forward and keep the knees still bent. It's more abdominal work, and if you go closer, it might be more intense for the lower back. So you have to see where is the right position for you in order to work what you need. And slowly release 1 foot underneath you. Take your full hands down, and the full body down. Just take a rest. Now from here, you're going to cross the legs. You can definitely swing the legs. Just make sure you're not hitting the legs of the table. And place the hands underneath your shoulders. Walk the feet back. It's okay if we don't have mat. It doesn't matter. Actually, it will be more challenging. Make sure that your hips are going underneath the table. And then lift the knees away from the ground. Now activate your quadricep. Draw the quadricep in and up towards the center and press the heels back. This is a plank pose. Stay here a few breaths. Keep pressing the hands into the ground. And remember all the action we did. Right now, I would like you to, without moving your hands, imagine you're sliding the hands towards each other. But widen your collarbones. Now step the left hand a little bit forward. Move on the outer edge of the left foot, on the inner edge of the right foot, and take a side plank. Imagine you want to lift your hips so high that you will be able to lift the table up and then look up. And if you don't have a mat, I'm really at the edge, but if you will not, it's okay because you need to hold even more. And then slowly come back to center. And you do the other side. So outer edge of the, actually step the right hand while the left hand will. So we know that they're in the same distance. Lift the hips up, lift the left hand up, and then you maybe want to lift also the gaze up. Imagine you want to lift this table from the ground. And then slowly come back to center. We're going to step our right foot forward and lower the left knee down. Now we lift ourselves up. So we still have our table here. Now make sure that the knee for our first moment is right in between the two legs. Okay? Keep the forearms into the table, palms facing each other. Rotate the shoulders back. Inhale here. And when you exhale, we're going to extend the back leg. If you don't have a mat, great, because you can definitely slide. Now, bend again. We're going to slide the hands in this way. Press the palms down. When you extend, we're going to press even more the hands down and slide them away from the head. And keep looking forward. Now, extend the left leg by bringing the thigh into the heel and the heel into the wall we have behind. Lift the pubic bone up and draw the navel in. We go forward again. Once more into the forearms. Bend the knee again. Now when you extend, we're going to extend the arm up at the same time. And now bring your thoracic area towards the edge of the table. Lift yourself up. From that point, you're touching the table. Lift yourself up and look in between the two hands. Keep extending the left thigh toward your left heel and the left heel to the back. Slowly release. And I'm going to change side. So step the right foot back. Bring the knee in between the two legs. And then step the left foot forward. First, settle down. Palms facing each other. Stay on the forearms. The fact of having the forearm in this way is allowing to rotate our shoulders and bring more conscious by bringing a limitation though. From here, if you have no mat, great. Inhale here, when you exhale, extend the right leg back. So extend the right thigh into the right heel. Draw the navel in and lift the pubic bone up. Then we shift forward, bend again the knee, slide the hands into that table. Once you're sliding really far away from the head, then extend the back leg and keep pressing the head down by lifting the sternum up. Once more, bend the back leg. We're going to come back into the forearms. Now, make sure you're catching the table with your rib cage. So the floating ribs are going towards the table. Keep rotating the shoulders back. Bend the right leg. And now when you extend the right leg and you push the right heel back and you extend the right thigh back, we're going to extend the arms up. And this way. Exhale. Now try to extend completely from the point that the table is touching you. From that point, lift yourself up and look up. Slowly release. Place the two hands down. And then take a plank. We're going to step our shins forward, have a break, and sit straight. Good. So, in this way we worked the legs. Now we'll keep on working the legs, but standing. So turn around, and you're going to face the wall. Now here you have to see, if you need extra height, you might need to take a block. Okay? But you can move. If you have two blocks, you can place them also by the side. Actually, before going there, I would like you to see something else that might help even more for the next pose. So when you sit, actually let's sit again on the floor. Okay, now if you need an extra high, you will see, will be quite evident. Okay, just take it handy. There. So sit straight. Let's take this moment as a break. Extend the arm forward. And then rotate your bicep with your left hand. So the palm is going to face upwards. Okay? Now bring the arm bone into the shoulder socket. And then lift your arm up. Let's keep it first, kind of 45 degrees, 60 degrees. Here, release the shoulders down and bring the arm bone into the shoulder socket more. Lift the side of the trunk. Slowly release. We change side. So extend the left arm this time, rotate. Palm facing up. Lift your arm up by bringing this arm bone into the shoulder socket and then lift. So this right hand is rotating, is pushing, but is also pushing in. And then change. Now we're going to place our left hand really close to the joint, to the elbow joint. Palm facing inside. When we rotate is evident, not this outer rotation. Bring the arm bone into the shoulder socket. Lift your arm up. Now you might go a little bit farther. Otherwise you can definitely stay there. Otherwise just go really on top of you. From here, we're going to bend the arm and touch maybe our brick, maybe the table. So if we are there, we definitely need a brick closer to us. If we're kind of up there, so in a way perpendicular to the floor, we might need to just place the fingertips. Now here, I'm pushing the arm bone back, but at the same time, I keep on rotating as if I would like to grab the edge of the table. We're not doing that right now. And then release. Now again, other side, so close to the elbow joint. Rotate inside out. Lift. You might stay here. You might go farther. Keep drawing the navel in though. And then from here, bend. Place the fingertips into your table and keep rotating this bicep outwards. And push your arm bone, upper arm bone back. Then slowly release. Just for fun. Now, inhale, lift the arms up. You're rotating from within. Okay, so nobody else is doing that action. Lift the arms up, palms facing back as much as possible. And then bend, bend, bend. Maybe we touch the ground, maybe not. And then keep extending your little fingers away from your head. Maybe you can touch the fingertips and then lift the elbows up. Try to separate your rib cage from your elbows. Slowly release. Okay, now we're going to Ardha Uttanasana. We don't need any more our brick. We're going to step not too close, neither too far, in a way that we can place our forehead and our forearms and hands into the table. Keep your feet hip distance, activate your knee cups, and draw the thighs up. Here, make sure you're connecting your sitting bones to the heels, so there is no arching happening in the lower back, but by pressing the heels down, bring the sitting bones also towards the heels. Draw the navel in and extend the side of the trunk. You might need to walk a little bit more forward if you can. And then look forward, look in between the two hands. Now lift the palms of the hands up and see if you can touch the shin. If this is not accessible, still take your block and do that same. Keep pressing the fingertips down, extend the side of the trunk, connect your sitting bones into the heels and look forward. Now notice the rotation of the bicep. So what we just did with our hand, try to recreate here. So rotate the bicep inside out so that there is more space and more freedom between your shoulders and your ears. If you can go farther, you can definitely release the block to the side. And then we're going to place the forearms down again. Step the right foot in between the two legs and the left foot back. Rotate the left foot a little bit outside and we go for Parsvottanasana. So now look forward, press the forearms, wrap the hands down into the floor. I like to press the forearms because it sets my shoulder blades, like in Pincha Mayurasana, so it gives that action. So forearms, palms into the ground, look forward, draw the navel in. Now connect your sitting bones towards each other. And press the inside of the right foot into the floor, the outside of the left foot into the floor. Inhale here, when exhale, you can lean forward, and again, lift the palms up and chin forward. Now, here try to not suffocate by bringing the bicep outwards. Slowly release, place the hands at the edge. Now lift the right knee up towards your chest. Make sure that your table is stable. Lift it up, bring your chin to the knee or your forehead to the knee. Now lift the left heel up and bring your right thigh closer to your chest. We're going to take a big step this time over the legs of the table. And then place the back foot down. We're preparing for Utthita Trikonasana. So from here, rotate the left shoulder back. Rotate the right shoulder back as well. Slide and stay on the forearms. At the beginning, I like to press my forearms into the ground in order to rise my chest up. To increase that action, make sure you're not sliding, as I do. You take the back, actually it's the back because we face here. So I'm going to take my right edge of the table, if I'm at the table, and I grab it with my hands. Keep pressing the elbow down, the forearms down, and then rotate the rib cage in the opposite direction. From here, keep the rib cage there, so we found a limitation and we create space and freedom. Now place the hand back to the center. From here, we're going to slide our right hand forward and the left hand also backwards. So we are kind of in the same line. I have an imaginary table here. Look at the hand. Keep pressing the right hand into the table, the forearm also into the table. From here, we're going to swing our left arm behind. You can make a fist and press your right buttock forward or grab the upper thigh and rotate it outwards. And then look up. Slowly release. Place the hands back into the edge of the table. Lift the knee up, lift the left heel up, draw everything up. And I'm going to step the right foot next to the left one. And just to start, we have the left foot in between the legs of the table, right? For Parsvottanasana. Go forward, stay on the fingertips. Inhale here. Connect the sitting bones towards each other. Press the outer edge of the right foot into the floor, the inner edge of the left foot, and look forward. In order to not suffocate, draw the shoulders down. Lower the shoulders down and rotate the bicep outward, as we did before with our hand. You can stay definitely higher, suspended, or in a block, as I showed before. Slowly release, come back up, place the hands here, lift the knee into the thigh first, stay with the right foot into the floor completely, And then press the hands so much and draw the right thigh up so you can lift also the right heel. Take a big step forward over the legs of the table. So we're quite spreading. So now I have to give you my back. I'm so sorry for doing that. Because we do our Utthita Konasana other side. So slide here, forearms and hand into the ground. Now stay here, rotate the shoulder, right shoulder back, and then we're going to take the edge of the table. So really grab and press the elbow down. The elbow ideally is not going at the edge, but it stays a little bit in. Now from creating this resistance, we try to move the ribcage and the chest in the opposite direction, looking up. Now keep this open ribcage, and then we place the forearm again in line with the rest of the body. Inhale here. When you exhale, extend the left arm forward and the right arm back. Keep pressing the forearms, if possible, into the ground by extending the arm also. And then swing our right hand. You make a fist and push the left bottom forward, or you can grab the upper thigh and rotate outwards. And we go. Slowly release. Place the hands back at the edge of the mat, at the edge of the table. Lift the knee up. Draw the right thigh also up. And then when you exhale, this time place the feet underneath you and place only the hands down. Ardha Uttanasana. Only the hands are supported right now. But the neck is lengthening, so the head is not falling down. It's because we keep pressing the hands down, so there is kind of a resistance given to the body. Now look forward and step the right foot forward and the left foot forward. Sorry, first is the left foot forward. And then lift the right foot up. So you're basically here. You have to see if the table is too short, no problem actually. I mean, you have to see if this right hip, it comes up too much, that's a problem. Okay, so we might need to lift our left heel up or put a block underneath the whole foot. So you have to see. It has to be comfortable, of course not too much, but you have to be able to control your hip or to work on your hip. If there is too much disbalance, it's not worthy to continue. So you can lift a little bit, your left foot higher, have to see. Sometimes if the table is too low, you might need to lift in order to feel a little bit